Hello, 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 hello. It's Saturday afternoon here in the UK. We're back on Giants Island 2011. We're still playing Farm Sim 19. I realise that most people on Twitch right now are watching Farm Sim 22 with all the early access peeps. But we don't have early access, so we're just going to play our game. So, feed the dog. Always job number one on a Saturday. So, we've got all this going on. What have we got going on? So, trying to get achievements. So I have gotten the achievements for breeding the cows and breeding the sheep. I did separate save games for each one of those during the week. Completely focused just on that one task. And so I have those achievements. Yeah. So we're working on 100 hectares of harvest, 100 hectares of sowing, and 100 hectares of cultivation. So we're worst off for cultivation. But we're really almost nearly there for harvesting. So I'm going to try and get that one out of the way. Because I think we can probably do that one quite quickly and easily with the grass. Because I've harvested all the fields, so field 2, 23, 20, and 27, 28, all been harvested. 27, 28 still needs to be cultivated and reseeded. I've put, because we need to put more cultivation in, I've put oilseed radish in, because then we'll have to recultivate it in. Haha, smart thinking. At least I'd like to think smart thinking. So that's the plan. I've also got the fertilizing contracts all still outstanding. Most importantly is field 22, because I think we're going to do try and do 2 fertilizing contracts on that in the next couple of days. And then buy the field and do the harvest ourselves. So then we'll get the benefit of it. And then when we cultivate it, it's going to be all wonderful jubbly-jubbly. So Dare's come in with a 15-month resubscription, so thank you, Dare. Really do appreciate that. And, of course, with a smart comment, as we would expect nothing less from Dare. When does smart thinking happen on this channel? It's been 15 months and I haven't seen it. Well, Dare, that's because you watch Twitch with your eyes closed. You've got to stop that. Just saying. Just saying. It's just how you stream on Twitch. You just got your eyes closed and you just... But how are you today, sir? So we are going to... see if this counts. It's called Ray Charles streaming. Oh dear. So like I said, we are working on our achievements. We're very close on harvested hectares cultivation, which is why I'm doing this first. Because we should, if I'm right, very quickly get the achievement. If I'm not right, then this doesn't count. So let's say it does count. Ha 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 ha! It counts. It counts. It counts. It counts. It counts. So we're going to do this. Because we can. Dum. You're good. You had to remind Des that she actually does stream today. Yeah, I was debating messaging her that earlier. But it was only like 20 minutes ago, so it probably wouldn't have been massively helpful. So... but that'll be where we'll be heading in approximately 2 hours' time. We'll be heading over to Stardew Valley. At least I'm assuming Stardew Valley for a Saturday for Das. when I'm not derping around with portals with her. Bum 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 bum. See, you've been getting some of the the Farm Sim Steam achievements recently as well, Dare. Most recent one I saw from you was Egg Lord. 99.8. We've got 0.2 of a hectare to go, folks. We're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it, baby. $99.9. Ah, we're nearly there, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. That's not excitable much. Yes, kind of on accident. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, fair enough. The animal ones do take some doing. Particularly the cows. The cows took a lot of doing. I was on high speed time. There we go. We've got humongous harvest. You won't see it because it's a stream overlay thing, but we have got humongous harvest. We have done over 100 hectares. So your stupid cows won't have cow hanky-panky. It takes a lot. I mean, even when I was on the dedicated one, I was I had 30 cows, and it still was best part of 2 days. It was like 30-40 hours for them to reproduce, and it came down to, when you get to 40, it came down to like 30 hours. But I'd only got the smaller of the cow sheds. But I did get it done. I was determined. So I'm not necessarily going to pick this up. I'm not worried about picking this up. I just wanted to get the achievement for harvesting. Guess you have to buy more cows. Yes, unfortunately, there. And then you've got to make more TMR and give them more straw. Keeping up with it for the duration of time that it takes to kind of breed 20 cows is not an insignificant amount of work. Of course, the way I did it for that dedicated game was I got the whatsamajigger. So I got this one. I love this one. So I got this, and I was buying bales of hay and silage at the store, putting 2 bales of each into this, which gave 16,000 litres of TMR. And then driving this up to the farm, whacking it in the animals. So, you've got a mod to buy TMR. I was doing it totally base game. No mods. But yeah, if you just buy the TMR, then no problem. So yeah. So we now have our harvest achievement. So we now only have 2 more achievements left. Aside from the one that I kind of have that I kind of shouldn't have. But we won't speak of that. We won't speak of that today or tomorrow. But we will kind of cover it off before we get to the end of streaming this save game. So my plans for next week, obviously Monday, Tuesday, I will be streaming Farm Sim 22. Next Saturday, we'll start the streaming series, excuse me, for Farming Sim 22. So what I stream on Monday, Tuesday is going to be single player, is going to be the Tractoring to 22 series. The plough achievement. I don't think... Was there a plough achievement? Was there a plough achievement? If I haven't. There isn't 100 hectares of ploughing. There definitely isn't 100 hectares of ploughing because I don't have that outstanding. And I definitely never did it. So yeah, so we're going to go over to our field 2728. We're going to cultivate those. So it's a smaller number, but still, yeah. Well, it's got to be like 10 hectares. 10 hectares. But yeah, it does take some doing. And you hate ploughing. Well, yes. Get a hired worker to do it, Dare. If it's your field and you're using a hired worker, I think it still counts. Certainly does for courseplay workers. Remember that smart thinking that you said you didn't see on this channel in 15 months? Yes, true, I can hire Sarah now. Well, that's true as well. Okay, so we're going to do some cultivationizing. Now, this is going to be interesting because I want to see how many hectares this is, because I want to know how big this field is. Just because reasons. Hello, little dog. So. And on Petit France, you'll need to, unless you've switched it off, you'll need to plough after having the potatoes in there. So, but of course you don't like big fields either, so of course those 100 hectare achievements are going to be a pain anyway. And I'm just going to do this freehand. I'm not worried about kind of using GPS and setting up stuff. I'm just going to do this freehand cultivating, because why not? So yeah, I'm just going to say, obviously I'm seeing we've got some people in, so thank you everyone for kind of being here. Like I say, I realise there's probably a bunch of people that are watching FS22, so I looked at Twitch about 5 minutes before I went live, and there's like the counts of people, 650 viewers for Farm Sim 19 versus 18.8 thousand viewers for Farm Sim 22. So that's where all the fickle folks are. I'm not watching. I've watched a little bit, but I'm not watching a whole bunch because I want my first stream to be kind of my initial reactions rather than just copying and being too already knowledgeable of what's going on. So I did watch the on YouTube. I did watch Daggerwin's first look, which was interesting, and I have looked at the Farm Sim Academy that was out on Thursday. Outside of that, I haven't really got a great deal of information. But that's okay. But I do have the collector's edition, so I do have the Wibbly Doofer. So I'll be looking to see if I can get the Wibbly Doofer installed here. So we will actually have a real-life Wibbly Doofer that will activate when we activate the Wibbly Doofers in-game. I mean, how cool is that going to be? That is going to be so cool. So yeah, so it's all good fun. Ba 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 ba. We are cultivating, yes we are. We cultivate on fields both near and far. We sometimes like to wonder where we are. If you don't like it, then call them Serenar. So yeah. Brum, 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 brum. So yes, I suppose I can ask you, Dare. I mean, you were not planning to buy Farm Sim anytime soon. Has there anything you've seen in the last week changed your mind, or are you still kind of maintaining your kind of give it a few months, let it all settle down. Just out of curiosity. No right or wrong answer, really. There is there. It's whatever you want to do. It's ultimately your gameplay experience and your choice, your money. You've not seen anything. Okay, wow. There's been a lot of talk of it, and obviously a lot of people streaming, a lot of people YouTubing on it. It just in the last well, I guess 36 hours really. Das! Thank you for the hydrate. And of course, I really do need to do also this that I have been neglecting to do, so let's do a shout out for Dare. Das is awake. Well done, Das. When waking up is an achievement. Imagine if you had that on Steam and you just got the achievement that Das is awake. I think we'd all celebrate that one. So Dare was most recently seen playing Fallout 4. Das will obviously be going live in a little bit. Oh, you had 30+ hours of conferences to attend with work. Oh yeah, that's not great. I mean, I've had a busy week, but not that busy. So I'm still able to see the blog posts from Farm Sim and so on and so forth. I think I've got to say, like I say, I know Dare, you're expecting there to be bugs, and I'm expecting there to be some bugs. But I think marketing-wise, this is the most comprehensive campaign of marketing I've seen done by Giants ever for a Farm Sim release. And I think they did a really good job of it. They've definitely got the hype levels to a quite extraordinary place, in my opinion. So... And of course now with certain streamers and YouTubers having early access, comprehensive or competent, asks Dare. Well, they have done a lot. There's been a plan, and they've been dropping announcements for months and months. So I think their marketing department really have, well, for me, it's like, okay, they have a marketing department now. I guess would be how I would describe it. And I did touch in on one of the streams. Darshnet was streaming yesterday when I kind of closed out, so I just ducked in for like 2 to 5 minutes. And one of their Giants partner reps was actually on the stream, listening in, taking feedback on the game, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, this is going to be a bit of an issue. This is when we do this is going to be a problem." And so the Giants person was there, not just in the stream, but also on voice with them, taking the feedback and going, "Yeah, actually, that's a good point." So could be interesting. So. But yeah, it's what we do. So we've done nearly 2 hectares of this. So this is a fairly reasonable size field. Not as large as the field 20, I don't think. Certainly not as large as the Dare Mega field. Which I may be taking off your hands, Dare. I may buy that out from you. So you will no longer own a field in the game. Or in this save game, I should say. You're also just being cheap. The game is expensive in your mind. Well, that's fair enough. Everyone is absolutely entitled to their opinion. I I just kind of knew that it was going to happen. I knew I was going to do it anyway, because what would have happened for me had I decided not to pre-order would be that I'd have gotten to like now, and everyone would be playing it, and I'd be kind of, I'm buying it, and I'd buy it now. That's just my nature. That's who I am. That's me. So, opinions are like butts. Everyone has them, and they all stink. Yes, indeed they are, Dare. And they do. But that's okay. Just like I always say about all people are stupid. The secret of life is accepting your own stupidity and tolerating the stupidity of others. So it's kind of a similar kind of concept. Yep. Just because you have an opinion doesn't make you right. So, and it doesn't make your opinion any better or worse than anybody else's. It's just an opinion. Dust says, accept your own stupidity even if it hurts. It does sometimes hurt to accept that. It really does. So. There comes in with, hence I married Das, accepting stupidity. It's accepting your stupidity there, not somebody else's. Well, it is. It's tolerating somebody else's, but it's accepting that you have it too. So. There we go. There we go. Gotta say something in defense of my telepathic twin. Because if we're telepathic and Das is stupid, then... Although Das does admit her own stupidity. The look you got for that, Dare. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you'll pay for it later, I'm sure. Don't forget, she's going live in like just over a half an hour, so when she's live on the stream, she totally can throw you under the bus. Seems to be the best way to do it when you're live. It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, there's witnesses. Das says, speaking of which, I totally botched up by stepping down backwards, twisted my ankle, and just rolled into it. Oh wow. That sounds like a totally Das thing to do. Now I don't call that stupidity. That's incoordination. That's just a complete lack of coordination of body. Ended up on my back like a turtle. Well, you often wear the bandanas, so you could have been a mutant ninja turtle if you know ninja. So you have ninja skills. Hip and knee hurts more than the ankle now. Oh, crikey. Well, it's the perils of living on this planet and aging up. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. So, there we go. Dad says, freaking gravity! Yeah, Gravity can be so inconvenient at times. Dare says she'd be the uncoordinated ninja turtle that hits themselves in the face with their weapon. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. That says, that's it, I'm moving to the moon. Well, you might want to consider a slightly less extreme kind of reaction, but okay. Jerks. Well, Das, you know what they say, you only tease the ones you love. Because with everyone else, you just don't give a shit. Oh, dear. I do like that expression. Such joy. So how are we doing so far? So we've got 3.62 hectares. So this is actually a fairly reasonable size field. It's not as silly as I thought it was, or feared that it might have become. So So for anyone that wasn't about earlier, so for folks that have just woken up in the US and didn't see my stream earlier, I did stream earlier Farming Simulator 20, which is a mobile, kind of on the iPad type of thing. Brilliant. Absolutely loved it. So I really enjoyed that. So always suffer from damage falls like that. End up laid up. Dare will vouch. Well, Dare doesn't need to vouch for that, Das. I know you well enough. But it is also for other people that aren't as gifted as yourself. It is a part of aging. So should we? I think that's about the best and most diplomatic way to kind of cover that bit off. You're going to be hosed when age starts playing into it. Well, yeah, pretty much. We all are. As the saying goes, there ain't none of us getting out of here alive. So, okay, so 4 hectares. Whoa, yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah, baby. 4 hectares, yeah, baby. So that will take us. It's going to work nicely on the cultivation front, I think, which is good. So it's a little bit over 4 hectares. Coming up for 4.1, which is good. So that means cultivation-wise, we're going to be at 70. So we need another 30 hectares to go. So we're probably not going to get it done with the plan that I have to thus far. But it's going to take us. Yeah, we'll get there on the seeding within the plan that I have. So what I am going to do is take this over here and drop it off. Then I'm going to go and refuel the Challenger. Maybe it's Dasta's truth. Maybe it's playing in time needed for get back to 100%. Well, maybe. Maybe. She types gibberish. Well, I'm fairly sure she's got other things that she's trying to do at the same time, which is probably why I can't make sense of that particular sentence. But I think I could just about, yeah. I think I've got it, but it's not an easy one to explain anyway. Maybe age is playing in for healing times. Well, yeah, that's true. Also, no one's going to notice when your memory goes, well, no. Simply put, no. Right, so we're still seeding oilseed radish. Because that means that it'll grow, and then we'll be able to cultivate again. Because we don't need to harvest anymore. we will, obviously, but we don't need to get the achievements. But what we do need to do is put seeds in and cultivate. So does Das have dementia? No one knows. She's always like that. Well done, Dare. And for anyone that's new in the stream, Dare does enjoy sleeping on the couch. Always. Hey, Serena! How you doing today? So, we are still here. As Dare says, hello, hired worker S, which is another name for a Serenar. Of course, if I was trying to be kind to Serenar, I'd just say Borada. Although that's probably not well pronounced, but it's hopefully understandable enough. Not so sure it was a secret, Serenar. It was streamed live last Sunday. Not sure how that constitutes as a secret. Oh dear. Well, it was for about 30 seconds, yes. But I wouldn't have expected, even if you'd appeared on stream and not been on voice, I would not have expected there to be a level of discretion that would afford you a secret identity. So I'm assuming you're still reprising your role tomorrow for more potatoes. Think of the fish and chips, Serenar. Think of the fish and chips. That's all I can say. So many chips, yeah. Absolutely. Everyone will just assume it's him. Well, I do remember passing kind of semi-judgment last week that if you had 2 Serenars on the farm, you didn't need Dare. So... Doesn't mean to say you wouldn't want Dare, because he is amusing. But you wouldn't need. So. May you be blessed with 1G in all your farming. Well, 1G and I will both be on 22 Monday and Tuesday night. So we're moving straight across on our multiplayer for that. We do have, obviously, I do have Sussex Farm, which will retain on Farm Sim 19 for the time being. You heard I threatened to knife him. I can't remember. When I record stuff or when I stream stuff, I can't remember. Send me a clip and I'll kind of not deny it, but I can't remember. In the night when he slept. Possibly. Again, I say a lot of stuff on stream. And honest to God, it's banter. I don't remember what I say half the time. But it sounds plausible. There was definitely violent conversations in our last stream. Off stream as well. Oh, well, quite possibly. 1G and I talk a lot off stream. In fact, I'm not sure there's many days of the week that we don't send Discord messages between us. So... which is, it's very interesting, because it wasn't until kind of Dare kind of introduced us to kind of going and raiding 1G that I even knew he existed, and that was probably 18 months ago now, so... but always interesting to meet people and play games and stuff. Why not? So... Dum bum 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 bum. Yeah, it's all good fun. One G was happy to get to know such a lovely and normal bunch of folks. Well, yeah. He doesn't complain. So you can either trust that more than a clip, or you can know that my memory and completely discount it. Well, that's... yeah, it sounds familiar. I just don't recall the exact conversation because, yeah. I can't even remember what it was over. It will be something silly because, yeah, it always is. It was a throwaway conversation. Well, sounds about right. Oh, right, okay. Oh, so yeah, so it was when yeah, because he went and slept, and I stayed out on the GPS hut, and he made some kind of smart comment about the antenna being up my backside or something. Oh no, it was something else, was it? Oh, it was a different game. Okay. That was the recent sleeping in Farm Sim. At which point Vam wondered if 1G had said that he and I should sleep together, and it's like, well, in a game, why would we not sleep at the same time? So... oh yeah. I think people know me by now, Das, that they know that if I threaten killing or knifing someone, there's no real chance of violence. I'm not sure I have that in me. Well, I have the feelings of, obviously everyone seems to, but I don't think I actually would ever act on them. So... Sarah says, Dare and Das having a conversation over Twitch chat when they're in the same building is just great. Not necessarily in the same building, Sarah, in the same room. Oh, and there's Dare's there right at the same room with me. Yeah, in fact, they'll either be able to see each other without moving their heads, or they'll just have to turn their heads and they will see each other. Das says he's legit 6 feet away from me. Well, there we go. So... but have you not ever... I think, has anyone here ever not done that and just been in a conversation and both people close proximity in the same conversation online, and yeah, you just carry on online because why not? Serena says that they're a pair of goobers. Well, it's whatever works. It's whatever works. So, 20-minute warning, Das. Just saying. So, I will put another... Das is... Oh, Des chuckling. Do another shout out. We will be going, when we finish up ourselves, which will be in about an hour and 20 minutes, we will be going and joining Das. The look she just shot me. Well, that's fine. I know you're awake, Das, but that doesn't mean to say that you have still remembered that it's 20 minutes. You don't do time. We know this. I do it as a public service. If there were malice in my heart, I wouldn't do it at all. She has admitted to forgetting. And hence why I politely did what I did. Because I care. And because I want to have someone to raid when the time comes. Oh dear. It's all done with... Of course it's done with love, Serena. I mean... If as I said before, it's like with... You only tease the ones you love. You don't kind of... How many people do you kind of hate that you actually take the mickey out of? You don't bother because they're not worth your time. Das says, I wouldn't be that late to start. No, if you forgot it, you wouldn't start at all, Das. So, truth. You shouldn't play that game here, Das. The truth will out. Oh, sorry, I'm crying with laughter now. I can't see the screen. Oh, but we love you, Das, and that's why. Oh dear. Oh. Oh. Oh, such joy. Oh, I'm genuinely crying. It was just that, fair. And I am a smart ass. I admit I'm a smart ass. I will almost always have an answer. It got to the stage when I was in college, my friends were just kind of, yep, I'm not picking an argument with you anymore. Because I never let them go. And I'd always twist something somehow. Sound like anyone you know, Das? So... That's because I am twisted. Well, yeah, I am, Dare. I absolutely am. But it's so much more fun. So much more fun. Right, so we're going to get this done. Okay. Last little bit. And we're done. We're done seeding for this round. So we'll have a little look at our stats and see what that's done to our stats. And then I'm going to speed up time. So it's taken our stats up to 88.1, 88.31. So that's good. So, oh, I haven't seen that one pop up for a while. The old fad merch is available. It's in the chat. And I'm wearing the Excrementus Acuris shirt right now. So, I still have some more designs that are actually ready that I've got t-shirts of that I need to put live. So, I really do need to get on that. So I'm going to pop this in the yard for now and go and get the cultivator. Just going to speed things up a little bit. We're going to speed things up. Why am I running over all those people? They don't count. They're not real. It seems rude. Well, it is rude. Like I said, they don't count. They voted against the planning permission for my farm, so I squish them every opportunity I get. So, I think that seems fair. Not real. Ah, so most of most of the UK and US. Gotcha. Okay. Well, no, I think you're confusing a couple of different concepts there, Des. So there's the concept of not real, as in not alive, virtual, imagined, and there's a concept of not living in reality. So different concept. Just saying. And thank you for the follow, Dark Priest. Welcome to the craziness that is my channel. So I think that's now all going to be grown to a level that we can... I mean, they need lime! Oh, rubbish. Oh well. They're all grown to a stage that I can... except for that bit. So we can start cultivating again, which is what I was hoping for. That's why I moved the time forward. Des says his reality check bounce. Well, yes, absolutely. Theranos says, welcome to the madhouse. Yep. Yep. That's it. You don't mean to say... make it seem like you came in here just to ask a question, but could you ask? Yeah, sure, go ahead. We have fun here. Ask away. We don't stand on ceremony. If the question is why am I not streaming Farming Sim 19 or 22 even, the answer is I'm not important enough to have early access. It says, what is the price of rice in China? That cultivator is ridiculous, says Sarah. No, this is the smaller one. I've got one that's bigger than this, but it can't go over the bridges. Right, let's cultivate. Do I know of a really nice map that's on Xbox? Unfortunately, Dark Priest, I don't know which mods are compatible with Xbox, so I really can't answer that. And the gamers that I know that play Farm Sim on console are on PlayStation, not on Xbox. So I don't even really know who to recommend you to ask. So sorry, I would love to answer the question, but I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. It's good that I'm not playing FS19. You're hopefully getting it for Christmas. Well, excellent. Hopefully it'll be a good Christmas present for you. I will be playing it on Monday after release, but I will still be keeping 19 on the channel, probably for the rest of the year. So, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. If anyone in the chat knows, I mean, if it works on a PS4, it should probably work on an Xbox, but that's kind of an assumption. So, PS4 and Xbox can do the same mods. So in that case, a good buddy of ours, Wolfman759, may be able to kind of give you some recommendations. He does stream, and thank you for doing the shout out for that, Dare. So Wolfman does stream Farm Sim. He does it on PS4, and I'm fairly sure he uses modded maps. So he may well have a recommendation, or more than just a recommendation for you. All consoles can do the same, but on PC, there's some console players can't. Yeah. What's this? Okay. Das is saying, okay, gonna lurk and start on time. Well, thanks, Das, for being here. Have a fun stream, and we'll come catch you in about an hour. So, but there we are. But yeah, never be afraid to ask a question, Dark Priest. If I can answer it, and be helpful, yeah, why not? This is. We're here for fun. We're not here to kind of make anything difficult, basically. You're going to sort some dinner, Serenar. Are you having something nice? We aren't. Hopefully Wolfman help you out someplace. He's played some discipline. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think I know. I'm sure Wolfman's played on Sandy Bay, and I think I've heard him talk about Lone Oak. Oh, Serenar has tuna steaks. Oh, enjoy. Not my kind of choice of food, but hey ho, if you enjoy it, it's all good. Dare says, I thought being difficult was what we did. No, we're not. We are difficult, but we are not here to make things difficult. There's subtle use of language there. So Wolf went out so he was well oiled, and he came into your stream last night. Okay. Yeah, I did see your stream go live last night, but unfortunately I was literally settling down to sleep, so I didn't come and heckle. I'd had a long day because I streamed for 4 hours yesterday. So but there we are. So this should be getting our cultivation amount up nicely, and also fertilizing the field. That's okay, it's hilarious playing Fallout 4 with a character named Das Tebers. Isn't not very realistic. She stays on task. Oh, excuse me. You right, little dog? You right, little dog? And that's another thing. You'll have to forgive Dark Priest. I do occasionally turn around and talk to the dog because I'm here by myself with the dog, and it would be rude not to ask her about things. Dare is redeeming a hydrate. Thank you very much, Dare. Thank you. I take it that's to replenish the tears that I cried when I was making fun of Das. Oh dear. Oh dear. Are you live yet? Don't know. I can't see from this particular screen. I'd have to kind of move my stuff. Serenar will probably... Well, Serenar's lurking also. Otherwise, Serenar would answer, I'm sure. Okie dokie. So get this one done. I'm going to set a courseplay worker doing the field 20 because it's just a humongous field. Whilst we can go and do something else, we'll do the fertilizing on the mega field. Actually, I can check 1 second now that I've gotten to the end of that. I do not see aliveness yet for you. Well, yeah, because you normally start like 5-2, don't you, there? So I always start at 2 minutes before, so I have a 2-minute countdown video just to give people kind of 2 minutes to get the notification and be able to join. I feel like if someone joins like straight away and you're making them wait 5 minutes, I feel bad myself, but that's just me. I feel bad about lots of things. That's just me. Da, 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 da. You're going to probably cut it down eventually. Yeah, I mean, it's actually 5 minutes isn't a bad thing because sometimes Twitch takes like 15-20 minutes before the announcements actually do go out. But yeah, but again, it's all personal choice, personal judgment. There isn't just one good answer. It's whatever people get used to. If people know, then they know. It's like with anything on Twitch, the key is consistency, as you and I both know. It's on the list. Well, yeah. So there we are. So that's another 6-7 hectares of cultivation. Excellent. It's good. Well, I'm screwed then. Consistency. Well, yeah, consistency in terms of the times of stuff going on, usually, and how people can find out about stuff. Which you are pretty consistent in that respect. So, but yeah, it's all good fun. So here we are. I'm getting such a sense of deja vu because I was doing this earlier, like yesterday or today. So I did this cultivate, then before I seeded the oilseed radish, and then wound up doing it again today. Right, so we're going to take a little jump on over here. Zoom! Ah! Fishtail, flailing. Considering taking a Windows 11 upgrade to the streaming machine, but not sure. I took the Windows 11 upgrade on my Razer Blade Stealth laptop, there. And it hasn't really caused me any bothers. I haven't done too much with it, but it just did its job. I have yet to do it on either of my gaming rigs. So I've got my old gaming rig with my old streaming PC that I haven't done it on yet. But I'm not kind of dead against. I'm just going to wait and see what happens on the other machines and just do it one at a time and see how things progress. So let's do a course generation for field 20. Generate the course. Drive the course, driver. There we go. We have a driver driving the course. Magnificent. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You took it on your surface, but that's kind of MS and MS. Well, yeah, that's true. I think the only thing I would do before that is I would just check that Streamlabs and the key games that you stream are kind of happy. Outside of that, I just, yeah. Okay, so let's do this. So we want to have, yeah, we want course 180. So we're going to do this. A and heading, set A, heading 180. We're going to auto width and do that. I'm not sure that's the right width. Let's check it out. Then we can get this straightened. That's more like it. That is more like it. So now we're going to use our GPS. So we're not using a hard worker here. We're going to use GPS. So I will be driving with the gups. And we're going to do the fertilizing contract for Daresfield. With a view to, we want to buy this field before the harvest comes and reap all the money ourselves. So it makes sense that we fertilize it and take Dare's money for fertilizing it. Because why not? So, and whilst we're doing that, I'm just going to do another. I still don't see liveness, but then again, that could just be my Twitch not updating. So, but there we go. So all that lovely stuff. Let's just have a look at the map. Because obviously if we look at the... So we've got the growth cultivated. We should see... So we see the first stage fertilizer has been applied. Wonderful. Because of the kind of doing of that. I haven't cultivated field 2 yet. But I will do. It's because it hadn't completely finished yet. That's why. So we, by standard, only have one kind of hired / courseplay worker. Mostly because, yeah, it's. I think if I run the farm and I've got too many hired workers, then it feels a little bit cheatographic. At least for the concept of what I've been trying to do here, which is like my farm, so here we go. And away we go again. Can keep an eye on our worker whilst we work on the field next door and earn some money. Always a good plan. I probably ought to, once we get through with these achievements, have another crack at looking over at the cookie factory and everything. Make sure it's working and selling some things. Because then we'll be trying to get the money. So, and we can see our cultivated hectares are still ticking up, so the courseplay worker is doing a good job. Fertilized hectares won't tick up because what we're doing right now is a contract. Doesn't work for that, unfortunately. But yeah, so we're definitely getting into the realm of getting these last two sowing and cultivated achievements. I want to try and get them before the end of the stream tomorrow if I can. It's my aim. If not, then certainly before I stream 22 on Monday. So thank you, Hodge, for the resubscription. 14 months, 9-month streak. I am doing well. How are you, sir? Let's get a shout out for the magnificent Hodge. I stopped by, I raided out to Hodge yesterday from my stream, and he was playing Wreckfest, funnily enough, on a Friday night. So yeah, Hodge is a great guy, so definitely do go and check him out. Yeah, I'm not sure I can say much more than that. I love all the Hodgings, all the Hodges. So, and Mrs. Hodge is out to a concert tonight, so. So Hodge is going to be all by his. Is Hodge going to be all by his lonesome, and streaming something so that he can have some good company from some good people on the Twitchness? Is it Phasmo tonight? Maybe. So there we go. But yeah, so welcome Hodge, as always. Da 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 da. So we're doing this contract. We've got, like I said, I've got practically every fertilizing contract. Oh, actually, I haven't got these ones. Let's accept. I'm just going to accept them all. Because why not? So we've got practically every fertilizing contract under the sun. Because why not? Hodge is good, thanks. If we don't ask about the recent football result. No, you have the younger two there, so Saturday race night. Oh, it's race night. Oh, you're welcome for the shout out. Of course it's Saturday night, it's race night. Why didn't I remember that? And football result, I wouldn't know what football result you were talking about, Hodge, so it's a thing of complete fantasy in this channel. It's got, football? Huh? You might as well talk to my colleagues. Oh, you won't see that one, will you? Oh. You will see it. That's interesting. The green screen sometimes takes it out, but I've got it configured a little bit differently. Yeah, my two trusted advisors. So they sit on my desk. So and of course my other one that I have on my desk is this, because this is the starship in my little logo, the USS Prometheus. Looks like the forestry area is coming up nice. Have to do a proper tour around here in the next few weeks. Just once we get the once we get a few more days under our belts. Let's just say the kids you coach are playing better than the team you support. Wow. Wow, Hodge. Yeah. I'd say maybe it's time to change teams, but unfortunately it's not always that simple, and I do know that much. So, but there we go. Oh dear, so lots of things going on here. Lots of How are we doing? Cultivating is coming up good. So we might catch up with the seeding, and then when we cultivate the next time around, we'll get the achievements. So yeah, so when we sow, which we will do, we should hopefully get the achievement once we've done those fields. Fingers crossed. So either that, Hodge, or you need to go and coach the team you support. It's just saying. So, and whilst we're there, I'm just going to kind of nip out and just accept those 2 hydrates from Dare and Das, whilst I also take another sip of my drink. Oh, this is no wonder this is probably going slow. Let's do a little bit of on-the-fly maintenance. Which one are we in? I'm fairly sure we're in that one. Repair. And we are using the Bradle. Where's the Bradle? There it is. There's the Bradle. Repair. There we go. Now we might go a bit faster. Zee! I'm expecting it to turn by itself because I'm thinking I'm on autopilot, but I'm not. I'm just on GPS. GPS guided navigations. That's better. I thought it was I thought it was running slow. But there we go. Such joy, such fun. Like you never did believe. That would be way too much. It's hard enough with under 12 kids. Well, yeah. You'd expect for, and I don't mean this unkindly to anyone, you'd expect for professionals that they'd act better than under 12-year-olds, but I'm fairly sure some of them and their egos mean that they don't. So. Very much so, yeah. Yeah, I don't have to follow it to kind of develop an understanding of human behaviours. It's one of the reasons that my university module that I'm doing this year is Introduction to the Social Sciences. People are fascinating things. I used to do it. I don't know, has anyone else ever done this? Trying when you're on a bus, trying to predict who's gonna, when they get on, when they're paying for their ticket, which seat they're gonna sit in. I used to do that quite a bit. That's the level of my kind of nerding out for kind of trying to figure people out. Hodge Jr. scored today, so that was a bonus for us. Excellent. Well, congrats, Hodge Jr. That was brilliant. I bet he was chuffed. And rightly so. Da 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 da. So, how are we doing percentage-wise on this? Where's there? There. 66%. Should have had another 2 as well. Oh well. You can't get everything. You can't be successful all the time. If we were, it would be, well, it would be very boring, for one. But yeah, so there we are. Okay. And away we go again. So yeah, so like I said, I plan to do this field again. I'm not necessarily planning to do the other fields. I'll just use the fact that I've got the contracts to hold them kind of hostage in limbo. We will get to it because we're manufacturing more fertilizer all the time. But I do want to apply the second stage to this one, and I probably need to go and fill it up even to do that, because we're going to go below the amount that I'm going to need for it, which I think is about 2,500 litres for this. Try tell him that, well, it is difficult. It is difficult. Unfortunately, it's one of those things we have to come to accept. I've had to accept it myself this week. I made some bad decisions, and I did my assignment for university very late, and so I had to accept sending in a piece of work that really was not what I would consider good. And I had to say, well, yeah, I may well get a far lower score than I'm used to, but I kind of deserve that because I didn't do it. And so I'm not going to win that one. But I've got to stop. I've got to not dwell on it. I've got to take that and go and do better in the next, because I made those decisions. So, and the age-old expression comes, it's your own stupid fault. Well, yeah, it's my stupid fault. I did it. So in the time that one's done, yeah, we're going to be just about done, so it's about right. Excellent. He just takes after you and is ultra-competitive. Well, that's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you've got to be kind to yourself. So, and I'm the worst at that. I'm absolutely the worst at that. But it's true. Bum 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 bum. So, where are we going to be after this? Well, we're going to be 20 grand richer. Yay! Thank you, Dare. Don't mind that. That's why I love these fertilizing missions. They're just great for making money. Particularly if you are manufacturing the fertilizer. If you have to buy it, a little bit less so. They're still profitable. But they are massively profitable if you are manufacturing the fertilizer in your factories. And we're nearly there. 96% just. Ba 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 da. Bim 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 bim. Pop 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 pop. Get this done. I can take the cultivator to field 2. That field is finished. It's finished. Don't use any more. Collect the money and run. Collect the money and run. So that should be stage 1 fertilization. Yeah, stage 1 fertilization. So in a little while time, in fact, what we might do, because I have the refresh contracts button, So we'll refresh the contracts. It's not come up yet. So we'll wait for it to kind of come up with the second stage fertilization. Ah, but it'll have to go wait for a growth cycle, obviously. Silly fad. So that one's still doing its doing, so we're going to head this one back to the fertilizer production facility. To pick up some more. Might give it a quick wash on the way past, as we'll go past at one of our cartures. Look at that field, pristine and ready. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. We still haven't ticked over a growth stage yet because of that's still not fully done. But then again, I did slow back to 1 speed. So let's speed it back up. We'll go back to 5 speed for now, see if we can get that past the growth tick. And if we get obviously too late and it starts to get dark, we'll sleep through the night. We might come and collect that grass. I'm not excessively worried about it, to be honest. Oh, there's no more place to put new pallets of wool. Okay, never mind. I'm not sure I've actually seen that on... Obviously seen that on the game, but I've not seen that on this save before, I don't think. Other than maybe when I derped it heavily. But that, I think, is a legit one. Wah, 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 wah. Splish, splash, we were washing a tractor. All on a Saturday. Okay. Oh, clean equipment, what's that? Indeed, Hodge, indeed, Hodge. But, I do occasionally clean it all off. Just not massively often. So we're going to kind of fill that up. I'm going to leave that there. And we're going to head back here for the last pass of our cultivation here. And we're going to check in on our stats. So cultivate is 81 hectares. So we're doing really... Doing the oilseed radish was, I think, the best idea that we could have done for getting these achievements sorted. I'm quite genuinely thrilled to bits with how it's working out. Because we've still got field 2 to do. And then that one. So that's about 2 hectares. So there's about another 6 hectares to do. Which will take us up to best part of 90 hectares. Which means by the time we go round next time, we'll be ready to get that achievement. In much the same way that we are with the zone. So excellent. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So... let's just take the... stop the driver, take that all off, drop that down, and go. We're just going to finish this off ourselves. Mostly because the horseplay worker will probably stop short of actually completing this. So we'll get it done ourselves. If you want it done right, ask somebody else to do it. Maybe not. I don't think it's if you want it done right. It's if you want it done the way you want it done, do it yourself. If you know that you're not capable of doing it right, ask someone else. Ask a professional. So. Oh dear. I do love this map. I do love this game. In a way, I'm kind of sad to go to 22, but I know I'll be still playing this for a little while longer. Because of course, I play with a group of people who not all upgrading on day one, which is everybody's choice to make. I just, yeah. You get attached to things. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time on this over, I think it's heading up towards 600 hours of playtime on FS19, which is probably more than I've played in any game of Farming Simulator previously. So, certainly is an interesting one. Right, there we go. So that's that field done. Now let's head on to field 2. Oh no, it's got the wrong speed set, so I'll just use the W key to do this. And we'll probably do field 2 is only very small, so we'll probably do it manually. Bop, 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 bop. Assuming it's ready for us to do. Da da da. Up, 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 up. Let us go, let us go. Down to field 2. Where we will do what we have to do. No more space for wool. Yeah, well, stop shearing the sheep then. I will take care. I probably could have taken care of that on the way past, but yeah. We'll take care of it. Possibly not whilst we're still streaming, but we'll take care of it. Because I'm planning, actually I might do it, planning to get rid of the sheep entirely because we don't need them. We really just don't need them at all. Let's go out around here. Still not ready. Got to go and eat food. It's just arrived. Excellent, Hodge. Hopefully having something nice. Enjoy the food. Much love to everyone in the Hodge household. And enjoy the lurk. Thank you. Okay, so what do we need? What was it I was going to do? Oh yeah, I said about we would go and sort out the thingy bobber. Where is it? Where is it? That's the one. That's the one I want. We're going to go sort out the sheep. And I think we'll start the decommissioning process. So I might go and get... Where is our animal trailer? Where is our animal trailer? Is it over here? That's that. Ah, yes, it is. It's where I thought it would be. Let's go get it. We're going to take it with us. We're going to start to get rid of the sheep. Because then I can actually sell the land that the sheep farm is on. I don't need that land anymore. I don't use it for anything. So I'm kind of good with selling that and saying we don't need the sheep anymore. I've got the achievement in a different save game. Unless anyone in the audience feels strongly that I should continue to be a sheep farmer as well as doing everything else, they are going to go. So. Bum, 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 bum. The horses will stay because, of course, we need milk for the cookies. Bum, 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 bum. We are on our way to the sheep. Bum, bum, bum. Yay. Fortunately, this is one of the quicker tractors that I have, so whilst we do have to kind of go the entire length of the map, it's not the end of the world. We've then got to go the breadth of the map shortly after we get there. And it's getting darker. Oh, oh. Sorry, let me just adjust things. So that occasionally happens. It's a little side effect of the audio setup I have for being able to remove the sound alerts if I need to from... So having different audio streams for the sound alerts in my recordings that I take locally. So first up, let's get some sheep loaded. Yes. Okay, we've got sheep loaded. So next up, let's drop that there for a second. Then let's go get the thing in Bob and Florf. This thing. We'll pick this up. So that'll take care of the no more space issue. At least for now. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Now let's take the sheep that we've got loaded. Take them on a little journey. To the abattoir. Oh no, it's not the abattoir, is it? It's spelt different to that. It's not a tour of a Swedish pop band, but it's very close. And for anyone new, I'm staying off the road because of the cat's eyes. Which are evil, evil things that make us bounce and fly and stuff. So looks like the trees are coming up nicely. Should make a nice fitting out of this area. Don't think I've seen them at this growth stage this close, so but that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. There we go. That's 10,000 worth of sheep gone. Let's see if we can get some more to go. Well, we will. So, although we're getting close to it being time to tuck up in bed, being that it's nearly 7 p.m. Bum bum bum. Bum bum ba ba da ba bum. So we'll I'll take this back to the sheep area and then I will just nip out and we'll sleep to get rid of the night time. Well, if it gets to 7 p.m, otherwise we'll load up and head over again. Because all the time it's light, it's fine. Yeah, there we go. Brush. Okie dokie. Okay. Okay, so we've got 2 sheep left. Like I said, we'll be selling this area, so we'll get all the equipment out of it and away. I think we might even have to sell the animal pen, because I don't think we can, although it was on there when we bought it, don't think we can sell the land without it being gone. So and then I've got to get myself some, then I've got to, yeah, another 20 minutes, I've got to start thinking of getting myself something to eat. I'm getting hungry. I've got some thin sliced steak in the fridge, so I might be having a steak baguette. Part baked steak, part baked baguette and steak in it. I think that sounds good to me. I don't often plan my meals very far in advance. I just kind of go with the flow. I'm sure there's somebody else here. She's probably over there, actually. Oh, I've gone past the point. Let me just look. No, she's not there. She's in the other room. Okay, so yeah, there's somebody else here that'll help me out. Bop, 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 bop. Right. There we go. Another £10,000 worth of animals gone. There's only 2 left, but we'll still transport them. Just means that we can save the cost of transport, which is not a big cost. But why spend money you don't need to? Bum, 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 bum. Right. I think we'll get the sheep loaded. Actually, no, we won't load the sheep, but we'll let them stay in the pen till the morning. So there we are. So our 2 remaining sheep ready to go. We are gonna tab on back here. We'll go through to the morning, then we'll be able to do the cultivation. And I'll get rid of the... Oh, I'm not tired. I know that. I need to wait till 7 p.m. Oh. Let's get to 7 p.m. There we go. No, not 2 hours. That's silly. There we go, 10 hours. That'll do. So animal upkeep, property income, loan interest. Yeah, we do have quite a bit of a loan still outstanding. Right. Here we are again. It's a new morning. Where do we want to be? Okay, so we've got practically full fertilizer there. I'm going to drive this one out to Daresfield. Hopefully we have the contract in the offing. Harvesting for 26. No. I want fertilizing for 22, please. Hopefully it's still growing. But it's in the last stage of growing, so we need that contract. Have to keep an eye out for it. In fact, maybe we'll just leave this here for the moment then. We will get this one done. I'm gonna get a worker on this. So we're gonna do course generation. Field 2. And drive the course, please. Then we've got to start sowing things. Let's get our last 2 sheep. Get them gone. Then we can come back and clear this place up. Ba ba ba. Okie dokie. Doot doot doot. We don't need to fuss over being over this side of the farm too much, aside from our fields. Our animals are kind of all clustered together on the other side, which is good. Makes looking after them a bit easier. So yeah, looks like Des Canola is really in that last stage. Let's have a look. Please, please give me the contract to do it. Okay. So that's only 2,000. I am going to take this. I was debating leaving the animal trailer here, but either way, it needs to go back where we got it from. So, and we're not likely to come. We are likely to come back here with the wool, but not likely to kind of come do a one-way trip. So, got other things to do, and we've got something else to take back as well. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Get so used to using the road that I kind of forget to not. So and yeah, just the kind of shutdown of the sheep is not closing down this farm. It's just recognizing a cost center that isn't working for us. We don't need it. We can do without it now. It's not a priority, not something that we're invested in heavily. So, hence, going to take a few actions. We're going to get rid of the goods. There we go. That's a 78% full trailer. Now I'm going to tidy up. Obviously, we won't have any fill levels now because there's no sheep to consider. But I am going to just clean up that grass that's in the feeding area. There we go. Because otherwise we won't be able to pick it up if we don't own the area anymore. Okay. Right, now let's get this stuff gone. So whilst we do that, I'm gonna just look to see what we can do. Can we sell it? Is it still, no, because it still has placeables. Okay, that's fine. So we'll deal with the placeable in a minute. We're going to go and get rid of this. And get rid of this trailer, because we don't need this trailer anymore. Because there is no more wool that will be produced. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Wow, we've got some air there. Still no dare contract. I'm hoping this doesn't go to fully grown with only the one stage fertilization. That would be very upsetting. Either that or I could buy the field. Maybe I can buy the field now. Let's slow down time. Let's see if I can buy the field now. Just means that I won't get the... Because that does look like it's at that final growth stage, doesn't it? No, actually, or does it? That's growth 1. That's growth 3, maybe? Or is it growth 4? I'm worried that it's growth 4. It is. It's got to be. You don't have the yellow flowers until growth 4. And it's fertilized 50%. How much we got to pay? It's 109,000. We're going to buy it. It's our field now. So we're going to be able to come and fertilize it that second time around. And then we'll have the harvest for it. And obviously all the cultivating that goes with that. So... Okay, let's get rid of that. So that's sold the wool. We're now going to go and sell this trailer. Bop, bop, bop. And then I'll go and retrieve the other trailers from over the sheep area in a little while. But I'm going to try and sell that land. I want to sell that land off, which means we'll need to sell the sheep area stuff. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's sell that. Let's repair it for £1, and we'll get £2 back. That's fine. And then let's go over here. So we've got... Gas station is on that area of land. I don't think we can sell the gas station, but we should be able to sell the sheep's pasture. So let's go into our garage. Large sheep pasture. Sell. So that should no longer be there. Okay, so now let's see if we can sell this area. Still has objects on it, but we can't sell that, I don't think. So it still counts as placeable. So what I will have to do is I'll have to look at the value of it. I have to credit myself the value of it and update the XML file. So I'll do that between... I'll try and do that after this stream. I'll try and do it between now and then. So I'll take the value that we've got there and I'll add that into my balance. And I will take this ownership of this off. Steady, little dog, please. So yeah. So we will do that. What else are we going to do? Go and sort out our hired worker. Stop the driver. So yeah, so that's that field done. So I'm going to take this round to the next field. So in between now and tomorrow, I do plan to try and get these fields all seeded up with something. I'm thinking probably canola, because it's the next, in my remembrance, it's the next best cash crop to soybeans, which is what we did last time around. And I do want to kind of not just repeat soybeans, although I didn't do soybeans on this field. So this field will be soybeans and the other ones will be canola. So that's just how that's going to work, because why not? Excellent. So yeah, so we've got all things going on pretty well. I'm going to start to take our... Where is it? That one. Out to field 22. To repeat our mission and fertilise that field. To level 2. Because we want a good crop harvest from it. Because the canola will go in for sale. So I want to get a good amount out. And then we're going to take this and station it there. So I'm ready just to kind of do the follow-ups. Yeah. And then I think we'll be about at that lovely time to go and see what's happening in Stardew Valley with the magnificent Dastebas. So that's heading your way shortly. Just as soon as I can get this tractor over there. I think this is the most filled I have seen this Bredel. Which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Of course, I probably need to get another tipper of manure to help make more fertilizer, because we do have a whole load of missions, and I will try and complete those between now and tomorrow as well, just to get the missions off the what's it. So there we are. Right, so here we are. Let's kind of put our kind of GPS is still on the right course, so because we haven't done anything else. So that's kind of useful. So we'll do that, and then we'll know that we've got everything covered. Or at least most of it covered. The highest volume of it will be fully fertilized, which is good. So yeah, so that is it for today. We've made some good progress. So we've cultivated 17 hectares today. We've sown just under 6 hectares. Probably with the sowing, given the amount of stuff, that achievement may well get done when I seed the fields between now and tomorrow. But cultivation won't happen until after we've done the harvesting. So there we go. So there'll still be an achievement to be seen tomorrow that will justify hopefully our triumph. So yeah, so let us do this. And I'm going to hit the save button as usual. And we will go to our credits screen. So, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you particularly to Dark Priest for the follow. Thank you.